Today we're taking a look at these NBA matches, which are happening on Sunday, March 12, 2023, and giving you our team and total picks for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and push that notification bell to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and make sure to watch it till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Also check out our Patreon if you want access our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. You will find the link in description and comments section below. One more thing before we start, check out our new channel High Stakes Props and Parlays, where you can find our player props and parlay picks predictions. You will find the link in the description and comments section below. Brooklyn Nets vs Denver Nuggets. This is a pretty obvious spot to back Brooklyn if you can look past the overall resume for each team. The Nets have finally been able to build a new identity following the Durant-Irving trades, which has led to them covering the spread in 5 straight games and winning 4 of those outright. Meanwhile, Denver head coach Mike Malone challenged his team to look in the mirror following the loss to Chicago, but the Nuggets proceeded to lose as even bigger favorites against Chicago. Brooklyn has covered in 12 of the last 17 meetings between these teams and has covered in 5 of its last 6 road games. Our team pick is Brooklyn plus 8.5 points. Denver won 8 out of 9 games from the middle of February to the beginning of March, with its lone loss during that stretch coming against Memphis. The Nuggets have lost 2 straight games since that hot streak, falling to Chicago on Wednesday and San Antonio on Friday. Both losses were shocking, as they were 9-point favorites in their 117-96 loss to the Bulls, and they were 12.5-point favorites in their loss to the lowly Spurs. Nikola Jokic had 37 points, 11 rebounds and 11 assists at San Antonio on Friday, but the Spurs overcame that effort in front of a sellout crowd. Our total pick is over. Cleveland Cavaliers vs Charlotte Hornets. Charlotte has put together a surprising late-season burst, but I do not expect the Hornets to hold up on Sunday evening. This is not a good time to face the top defensive team in the NBA, as Charlotte is on the second leg of a back-to-back and Cleveland is coming off a rest day. The Hornets are shorthanded without Bol and Cody Martin, which becomes even more of a factor in the second leg of a back-to-back. Cleveland cannot afford to let up due to the tight Eastern Conference standings, and it has gone 39-15 as a favorite this season. Our team pick is Cleveland minus 7.5 points. In their first meeting these two put up a combined 254 points, but that was in double overtime. In regulation of that game the pair combined to score 210 points, which would have been under the 220.5 put on that game by a good amount. This season these two teams have seen a combined 74 of their games go under the total, including the last 9 for the Hornets. Charlotte has not scored over 117 points in their last 7 games and twice score 91 or less. They do rank 4th in dunksandthrees.com pace ratings, but that only goes so far if you can't take advantage of the trips down the court. Cleveland on the other boasts the slowest pace team, per dunksandthrees.com. The Cavaliers have not scored over 119 points in their last 10 games and have been under 115 points 5 times in that span. The under is 17-4 in the Hornets' last 21 games overall and is 6-1 in the last 7 meetings between these teams in Charlotte. Take the under. Washington Wizards vs Philadelphia 76ers. I am going to ride with the Philadelphia 76ers and I am going to lay the points, minus 7.5 at home. They are currently 25-10 inside the Wells Fargo Center this season, as I see them staying hot in this game. They have the advantage on both ends of the court as they will slowly pull away throughout this game. According to dunksandthrees.com, the 76ers have the 4th highest adjusted offensive rating and the 9th lowest defensive rating. They will get the job done on both ends of the court and dominate in this game. The Wizards are only 4-6 in their last 10 and they've continued to struggle on the defensive end of the court. Washington won't get enough stops to cover the spread as they only have the 20th lowest adjusted defensive rating and they are allowing the 16th most points per game. They've struggled to defend on the perimeter as Philadelphia will get hot from the outside and pull away throughout this game. Philadelphia is scoring the 14th most points per game and they have the highest 3-point shooting percentage in the league. They will score throughout and cover the spread at home. Pick the Philadelphia 76ers and lay the points, minus 7.5. Philadelphia is 26th in pace of play entering this home contest with Washington. After a mini surge that saw Washington move closer to a playoff berth, they have lost 4 of their last 5 games. I expect this game to be played at a slower tempo, with both teams going through the motions on the offensive side of the ball. The total number has gone under in 8 of Washington's last 10 games played on a Sunday. Philadelphia is 6th in three-point defense and will limit a lot of what Washington likes to do both at the rim and in the paint. Take the under 231 points here with confidence. Portland Trail Blazers vs New Orleans Pelicans. New Orleans played an efficient game against the Dallas Mavericks, punishing them in the paint and coming out with a critical 113-106 win. They are in 10th place in a tightly contested Western Conference playoff race and need every game they can get in order to remain relevant. This is a huge game for both teams, as Portland is right behind them 1.5 games back. The club announced before tip-off that all-star forward Zion Williamson will be out at least 2 more weeks while he recovers from a January 2 right hamstring injury. They have free-fallen from atop the Western Conference standings and may not have Brandon Ingram for this one. They lack an offensive punch with him out. Take Portland to win on the money line. The Pelicans and Blazers have been hovering around the middle of the pack with respect to pace throughout the year. Anthony Simons has missed a lot of time for Portland, so they have opted to slow the tempo down and operate more half-court sets with Dame. Simons is back and he played very well last game. Portland has struggled all year from the defensive end, coming into this critical matchup 26th in defensive rating. There is a 7-team logjam at the bottom of the West, and these games are huge, but do not expect a stout defensive effort from either club here. New Orleans is top 10 in rebounding, but do not have Zion available, and Ingram may miss this one. Take the over here. Oklahoma City Thunder vs San Antonio Spurs. It's not the best of spots for OKC either, as the Thunder are 0-4 ATS this season as a road favorite, owning an ATS plus of -12.5 in those games. The Thunder are also just 4-5 Austrian shillings when playing on the latter half of a back-to-back, and considering this is a team that leads the league, their ATS record overall, 38-25-3, there aren't too many losing roles for OKC to be in, and here they've got 2. Yet, it's still a scenario where it's the Thunder or nothing for me, and considering that the Spurs are 5-8 ATS with a rest advantage, but owning a -12.1 average margin of victory in those games, this short spread may seem like a steal when all is said and done. This has huge potential to be a very flat spot for a very bad team, and when the spread is simply asking me to back the better team, to merely win by a possession or two, long-term, the play is always going to be the team in OKC's spot here. They've been the best group at covering numbers all year long, and it's time they find a way to get the job done as road favorites this year. With these games still meaning something for the Thunder, they end up taking care of business and covering this number. Our team pick is Oklahoma City -3.5 points. Oklahoma City's 0-4 ATS mark as a road favorite has brought a 1-3 OU record with it, as scoring points have seemingly been the issue for the Thunder in this role. Combine that with the fact that San Antonio hasn't scored 120 plus in consecutive games since January 20th and 23rd, and I'm going under this total tonight. Potential for a letdown on San Antonio's side is likely going to show up on offense, where they rank 28th in offensive efficiency, and the potential for tired legs off the back-to-back is going to affect OKC's jump shooting more than their defense. Oklahoma City also owns a 8-3 record to the under in their last 11 against teams winning 40% or fewer of their games, and with this total in the mid-230s, I'll take my chances that this one slides just below that number. Our total pick is under. New York Knicks vs Los Angeles Lakers. No line was set at the time this analysis was written, but one can expect that LA will be favored by at least 7 in this game. Not only does New York have to play on back-to-back nights, but the Knicks have been terrible defensively of late, allowing 120.2 points per game over their last 5. That includes allowing at least 118 in 4 of their last 5 games. The Knicks have been very good offensively of late, but face a tough Clippers team on Saturday and then have to come back to take on the Lakers. That is a gauntlet and should decrease their offensive production by at least 6 points. Plus, the Lakers are playing better defense, really clamping down, which should drop the New York offense even more. Take LA as long as they are favored by no more than 9. Los Angeles Lakers minus 1.5 points. The Los Angeles Lakers, 33-34, 33-33 won at TS, earned their third straight win when they defeated the Toronto Raptors on Friday, 122-112. Los Angeles has won each of the three contests by at least 8 points and are now in ninth in the Western Conference standings, 18-15 at home this season. The Lakers are 7-3 at TS in their last 10. Sacramento shot 52.4% from the floor, helping them to jump out to a 16-point lead heading into the half. New York cut the deficit to 5, rallying in the third quarter, but could not pull out the victory. The Knicks shot 41.6%, and it was at the line where this game was won, as Sacramento hit 24 of 32 shots, while New York was 20 of 31. R.J. Barrett led the way with 25 points, but was just 9 of 23 from the floor. Julius Randle had a double-double, 23 points and 10 rebounds. The Knicks have been a solid team at both ends of the floor this season, 10th in points allowed per game, 112.5, and 13th in points for per game, 115.3. However, this team does not shoot well, hitting 46.5% of their shots, and they are 22nd in free throw percentage, 76.4%. Where the Knicks thrive is on the glass, as they are third in the league at 46.9 boards per contest. Our total pick is over.